Here it goes. All right, huh? There's the hand. Meridian Bridge. That's top. This is a talkie, huh? Meridian Bridge, 1976. The year Jeff was born. Here's some owls we found. Probably see it better over here. Sit over there.
Oh, it's clear in there.
Clear. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's clear in there. Pretty clear. We're going to see Harold Wilson turn his back on the iron. Oh boy, it was close. Harold was lucky that day. Yep, it looked just like those owls. Yeah, we got a ride up there. This is a good disconnecting job. We just burnt this cord section loose. Harold Wilson's on the left and Stu Shaner's on the right. Watch out, it's swinging around. Harold turned his back on it. Oh, it knocked him down, but he grabbed the hoe. Jim Minner was running the camera, and I see he was having a little bit of fun. Oh, Jim. There, we're taking out a big diagonal section. Come on, Jim. Turn the camera right. Now, I like Jim Minner. He was quite an ironworker. Chub Seals, running the raising gang, Father Burke, Dean Burke, Superintendent, Cooney Iron, out of Washington. This bridge was built in 1906. It was built for railroads and cars both. It was just too skinny. We tore it down and built a new one. There's the operator's shack. Boy, that's a regular house up there. They did things right in 1906. This bridge was a swing bridge. It swung on the center pier, back to the L's. I guess. Yep. We found them up in that house on top of the bridge. We put them on the bank, and the mother came and took care of them. Here we are. A lot of cutting. That old paint on there is full of lead. 3 or 4 of the iron workers got lead poisoning on this job. They had to go to the hospital, a couple of them. Jim Minner and Merle Eggers. It was quite a bridge. There, that looks like me. Yep, I believe that's me. Now, I don't know. Harold left the job. He went to some other job, and I think Larry Weaver's there disconnecting with me now. Old friend Larry Weaver. What a hand he is. Connector all around everything. He can do it. He's done it all. Run jobs, connected jobs, high rises. Quite an iron worker. Jack Workman. That's right. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before Chubb was running the disconnected gang, it was Jack Workman. Jack drug up on us too, but he was here now. I mean, I think he's here now. Then he drug up. They would have been well off to pay Jack Workman a little more money and had him stay. The job literally fell down after Jack left. Watch this piece here. It's hooked a little off center, I think. That looks like Larry. I never had a shirt like that. It must be Larry. Watch out, Larry. You never know when you tear things apart. They're liable to go any which way. Yep, like that. Any which way. But loose. Any which way but loose. That's why we had them long torches. Not only could you get away from the lead paint, but you could get away from the iron whipping. Now it looks like Chubb's here. No, that looks like Chubb. There's Larry. There, looks like we're putting our crane together. We had a 50-ton crane that made into a guide rig. Worked pretty good till it fell over. Yeah, and it fell over and we put it back together and finished the job. When you tear something like this down, you never know what's going to happen. I was cutting one piece loose and before Jack left, and I hollered down, I don't think this thing's going to go right. And old Jack climbed up there right behind me and says, go ahead, Stu, it'll be all right. It's just going to settle a little bit. There was a main support for the bridge to set on the piers. And so I cut her. Jack was right behind me. He was there, I was going to cut it. It did. It jerked around and jumped and fell, but it didn't go nowhere. Just give us a little scare. There we are up there. Stu Shaner and Larry Weaver. Both of us did a lot of connecting after this job, but we never did get together on another job. We worked on jobs together, but never connected together. Meridian Bridge, 1976. I got a piece of that iron right there at home. Big piece of that strap with a hole in it. I got a bunch of arches too. I think I'll make me a memorial arch for the veterans. I was kind of glad when we got this old bridge down. It was a lot of hairy moves here. You never know what you got when you're tearing down. You get the big strain on it, you don't know if you need a little more, and if you get a little more, maybe you get too much. Hard to regulate it, hard to tell what you got until everything just starts flying. Here we are up and we're putting up the guide rig. Yep, there we are up on the top of that mast. That mast that fell over. Good thing Larry and I weren't up there then. We was out in the prune orchard. Almost got, well, it was funny. It was funny. It fell over so fast. But they just came over the phone to Chubb. Chubb and I and Larry were out in the prune orchard, and they says, there's the wheel, that wheel there. The whole bridge turns right on that big wheel. Well, it's not a wheel, but it's a big round thing that has the gears, and the whole bridge turns right on, pivots right on that. Hi, Paula. Hi. We're looking at the Meridian Bridge, built the year Jeffrey was born. There, we're up on top of that mast. Had 6 guys, 2 across the river, 2 in the prune orchard, and 1 north and south. We built a new bridge right on that false work there. We was on this job about a year. Larry Weaver finished it up. Well, there's Jeff right there. Larry Weaver went to pushing and we tore the Bailey Bridge down. That was when we finished up, I guess. Had a lot of pushes on this job. Chubb and Jack Workman and Larry at the end. Yeah, when that crane went over, we was out in the prune orchard and they came over the phone. We just moved the rig in record time. No sooner they said the record time and I looked up and that thing was gone. Chubb and I had a hold of there's old Bob Seals. Chubb and I had a hold of the guy wire and we speeded it to Larry. He was going to drop a pin in it and hook it to the pickup so we could take a little strain on it, and then it whipped out of our hands. Larry thought we was just playing fun with him, whipped it out of where he could have put the pin in. He turned around like, well, come on guys, what's happening here? And then he saw what happened. That thing fell over so fast you wouldn't know it. Guy wires were going everywhere. Across the river, in the river, cross cars. The whole tower laid down on the bank. There's some hands right there. Everything, but not a person got hurt. It was a miracle. So we ordered parts and came back and put it all back together. Finished the job. That 50-ton crane with guys could go out. It could take a 44-ton load and go out 105 feet. That's pretty good for a 50-ton crane. There's a whole bunch of hands there. There's old Sid Deacon and Roy Buford and Longmead and Dennis. Is that Dennis Taylor? Ah, boy. I'm looking in this little bitty thing here. Boy. It's hard to see who's in there. I got this little bitty thing on the camera. I can't see her. Who everybody is. Maybe if I back up, I can see again. Let me back up. Turn that. And go back this way. And go this way. See if I can see better. What do we got there? Looks like we got a big chunk of that. There's a bunch of hands. Is that our tar? Jim Minner? Looks like Jim Minner back there. Earl Taylor's there somewhere. There's Lum for sure on the right. There's Sid. Oh, I can't see there. No. Well, we'll have to. We'll just have to look at them closer later. Dean Burke's there somewhere. I guess I'm not in there because I don't got the camera. Larry Weaver should be there somewhere. Operator, I think he was sitting there with his back to us. Got a lot of hair. Yeah, that's a big heavy chunk there. Like I say, 44 tons. It could take out 105 feet. That's a long way to go. The only way a 50-ton rig could do that is with all them guy wires. 500-foot long guy wires. 1.8" wire. There's old Jim Minner. Old Jim Minner. That's one buddy of mine. He was a good man. Did a lot for everybody. He was a character. Could tell jokes for hours on end. non-stop. Jim Minner was on the job. It was a lively job. Merle, there's Merle. I'll be darned. Speak of the devil, there he comes. There's Merle Eggers. Merle Eggers and Father Burke had a little disagreement on his job, and Merle kind of left, I guess. There's Jim, and there's old Bill. Is that Maxie back there? Looks like old Maxie back there. It's hard to see. There's Father Burke. Oh, and there's a crane that fell over. Yeah, that's why Maxie was there. Maxie was our business manager. When the crane fell over, he come out to see why. Yeah, boy, what a mess it made. There's the top of the mast. The boom laid right back over top of the mast. It's all whipped down backwards. The guy wires pull it over. What happened? I know exactly what happened. We took the guy, the owner of the company was there, and he had the book on how to do it, but, well, he had a faster idea, I guess. So we took the guy wires loose in the back, and we took them loose in the front. And according to the book, you should have had a cat or something pulling some tension on that front guy. We just had it laying in the dirt. Well, that would have been all right, but the back guy was 500 feet long, and it was laying up in a bunch of cottonwood trees. And Larry Weaver and I told Chub, he says, we hear them limbs, there's old Maxie, we hear them limbs creaking and cracking up there 100 feet. Chub says, oh, that'll be all right, it'll be all right. And then out in the preen orchard, we hiked and to do our thing on the side guy, and them limbs let loose. I know that's what happened. A big bite of that inch and an 8 gut came flying down, and it jerked, and it just whipped that thing. Ooh, let's see, who is that? It whipped that derrick over faster than you can say boo. But that's what happened, I know. The operator wasn't even in it. He was out in... That looks like old Rich. I think old Rich came down there. Yeah, he bought Bill Points came down. I think Bill was crippled up. He had fell off the job up in Reno. The operator was standing beside the rig when it went over. Yeah. Moved in record time. Wham. There he is there. Yeah, there he is. Oh well, all in the name of the game. Nobody got hurt. We put it back together. I kind of felt sorry for the owner though. He lost a lot of money right there. He was a good man too. There I am. Boy, I'm a little younger there. Quite a bit younger. We had a couple weeks off while they ordered parts for that thing. Made it kind of nice to have a little time off. Here we are, tripping up a tower. The bridge has 2 towers in the center, and the cables run up and down on it, and they hold the ends of the bridge up. Kind of a, boy, I guess you call it, it's kind of a suspension bridge. Yeah, that's what it is, a suspension bridge. These towers hold up the cables. Got our old derrick back together, working fine now. Funny, I worked with a guy, I connected with a guy named Guy Derrick after this job. Not Guy Derrick. Derrick Curry. Yeah, I got Derrick on my mind. Yeah. Guy Derrick. Yeah, I worked on a couple of Guy Derricks, but you ain't gonna see many of them anymore. Tower cranes, hammerhead cranes have about replaced them. Unless you're in a tight spot or something. It was fun, old Guy Derricks. A lot of work, but fun. Worked on one at Harris Club in Reno, and down in St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco. We had 3 Guy Derricks on that Harris Club in Reno first. 3 derrick jobs for a while, and then we went on up with 1. You can see the guy wires up there. You can imagine those things coming, whipping down all around everybody, and didn't hurt a fool. And what is this? Camel races. Off to the camel races. Oh well, the bridge movie was getting a little boring. Away we go. This is Sacramento's camel races. I forgot I even had this spliced in there. There they go. Sandcastle camels. I wonder if they still have them in Sacramento. This is down at Miller Park. Oh well, back to the bridge. Enough of that. Ah, here's that center span. Hold them two towers together. We put a bunch of artifacts up in that thing. Hard hats and letters and different memorabilia. Seal them right in there. There's Jeffrey. Here, it looks like, what are we doing here? No, we got a big girder. Girder and all the buck braces. Look at that now. Old Father Burke came up with a good idea there. Got all them buck braces hung on there. Saved a little bit of time. Yeah, there it goes. Big girder. This was my biggest connecting job at the time. I don't think I connected anything much bigger than this. We got her done. That's a pretty good sized girder on that 50-ton crane. Think about that. Look at all that iron. Damn, we need some jobs like this around 118. Sure put some hands to work. There's our eating place again. We had old couches there that came out of that old house. Looked like a bunch of jumbled up bums on the river. Now you can see the cables that hold up the ends of the bridge. We've got some of them hung. In fact, looks like we got one hanging on the rig there. Yep, we do. Them are pretty good sized cables. They tie into a big old bolt at the end. The bolt runs through the end of the bridge. Yeah, here we are. Looks like Chubb there and some of us. There's Father Burke. He ran many a job all over the world. Country anyways, I don't know. I guess yeah, he was up in the Aleutian Islands. And I remember old Lum. We had a special thing that came out of that center gear. Lum dropped it in the river. He come up to me and said, Stu, I dropped that thing in the river. It was made in 1906 and they told me to be careful with it. And it's in the river. So, it was a hot summer day. I pulled off my clothes and jumped in for him. And there he's speaking of the devil. There he is. Yeah, that looks like Kenny White there. I jumped in and I found it for him. Right about the time I come up, a dead sheep floated by me. Mom had a laugh about that. But there's old Sid Deacon. He's retired now. Yeah, I talked him into buying some stock. Stock went under. Uh-oh. Backyard chicken fight. This dingy-doo must be here. No, that's this old tame chicken. There's Paula and Jeffrey. Getting tired of the bridge again. And Gretchen. That's old Gretchen. Got my phone number in Gretchen's name. Still is today. 30 years later. 20 years later? I don't know. There, we're up on top of the tower again. I think we're in a skip. They're pouring concrete on that side that we built. One of the wells down here, a lot of welling on this job. Jess Shahody, he was there. Yeah. Ray Bennett welded on here. Yeah, who else? Steve. I think that's Kenny there. Kenny Long, that's who that is. Kenny Long. Now it's hard to see. We had to take that centerpiece down. Oh, there's some geese. We just fit it in one day and then we took it down and put it up again later. For some reason, I can't remember why. Old Lummy. He got a kick out of Lum on his job. Some lady, a friend of his, had glaucoma. And so one of the guys on the job had smoked a little marijuana. And so they brought some, give it to old Lum to run to that old lady because it would help her glaucoma. And boy, all day long, Lum, he was scared to death about taking that. But I guess it was going to really help the old lady. There's the Buttes. Yeah, we're up in the skip looking down, I guess. Yeah, must be that's what we're doing. I got some more of this movie somewhere. I have to find it and put it on here, I guess. Cause see, we're only halfway done here. And I don't know where I put it, but I got it somewhere. Yeah, it was quite a job. There's some more of them hands by the fire. Here's a spool of that cable, I guess. We had quite a few cables. I forget how many there was. But there, we're going to set it in a saddle up there. Set it right in there, nice and neat. I got a newspaper picture of me climbing up one of them cables. Put it on the front page. That looks like Ray. It's old Ray Bennett. Yep. That's who that was. Well, that's the end of that, but there's some more of this movie somewhere. I'll have to find it. So there we go. Let's shut everything down. That's a wrap. Meridian Bridge, 1993, built in 1976. Good, come on.